Welcome back to another podcast by Clique Classix. I'm your boy Trey Lee,
Jaylen,
and we got a guest in the building.
I'm Jack Snodgrass. Hello, world.
Yeah.
Come on, Mike Stu.
Kara.
All in his phone.
You see
Dang.
that?
I'm responding to Zach.
All right, but Jack, right? Jax. Sorry. But he's a comedian, just like Jaylen. I remember seeing him a couple times.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because every time I went with you, you definitely went.
How'd it go?
Good. No, real talk, you're like, out of like my top 5 in there, like of the people that performed, you were one of them.
Wait,
where
am I at?
Where are you at?
Oh, no, don't say that. We hesitated.
I mean, I can't really put you on that list because like I know you know.
I'm not even on the list.
No, man, no.
I know
You're
you're
disqualified.
now. You communicate them with me and stuff like that.
It's not fair to put that pressure on him to answer that question.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but go ahead.
But you know how when we went to Atlanta, they were talking about the comic fit, like the hoodie, and then he fits it.
You fit it perfectly.
Boom.
I need new style because everyone's
it
doing
blends
the hoodie thing.
Yeah, all the comics trying to act like
You got the fresh thing. Chain.
Yeah, I'm just recently turning on the freshness, so I gotta.
We went over this.
No,
We talk about Jaylen's freshness every podcast.
For like 30 minutes.
Yeah, but it's not me. It's if y'all saw Michael and Kara earlier.
I'll put some pictures right here. They're fresh.
They're fresh. This is how I came in, and they were like, "We got to dress down to y'all level for the podcast," and I was like, "Okay."
But yeah,
I want to be comfortable in my house.
Real.
This
You're still fresh. You were probably fresher than us earlier.
no.
Yes.
But yeah, we just got back from me, Michael, and Kara from a proposal picture thing.
Shout out Katie and Zach. Congratulations.
Congrats to both of you. But yeah, we're in that age range of like people starting to get married. I guess. How old are you?
32.
32. So
I'm
you're
married.
So you already been there and done
Yeah,
that. How
he's
is the
past
married life?
It's nice. It's nice.
I'm glad you didn't hesitate.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why you put him on the spot like that?
Got my marriage under the microscope. Hi, wife. No, it's great because I think about being single and it's like truly terrifying.
Yeah.
Because I just missed like the Tinder era. Like as soon as me and my wife started dating, Tinder like became a thing.
Don't do it. Or you did.
The window's closed. But if you see me on Tinder like 20 years from now, something terrible has happened.
No, it's not me. That's what it is.
Yeah. But no, married is good. But it's all about who you marry, man. It's I think a lot of people they just get married because they think I'm old enough to do this, but it's you got to choose your partner carefully. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for like real misery. Like I think a lot of young people don't understand what a bad marriage can do to your life. This is getting dark, but a bad marriage,
I know.
it changes your life, man. And then the divorce is just, and you don't have to do it. You don't have to get married. You can get married whenever you want. But
some people are just like pressured into doing it.
Absolutely.
Everybody else is doing it. I gotta do it, and then it lasts like you have like 2 kids. It lasts like 12 months, and then you're just like, what now?
just do it on your own terms. On your own terms. That's the only thing that matters.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. I'm only going to one wedding for each friend. I'm not. If you try to get
You got all of us.
No. Like if you and Michael get married once, I'm going to those, and if y'all get married again, I'm not going to the second one.
No, that's so. So you say you guys are at the age where people are getting engaged. I think I'm entering the age where people are starting to get divorced. I'm serious. I got one buddy who's already got divorced. So you're talking about you want to go to the second wedding.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's real, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real thing.
That's scary.
So I can get my body right twice.
I gotta buy 2 suits. 2 plates.
I already let go. I thought that's all I had to do.
I'm definitely gonna with you if I go to the second one. I'm gonna be like, is this one gonna work out? Do you have?
You just going through the motions.
You're just Skyping.
You know how long is this gonna last?
Right?
The dating life is scary right now.
It's tragic.
Just like first, you gotta worry about catfish. You gotta worry about people's intentions.
Yep.
You gotta worry about like
Crazy
because
people.
things are so accessible. Like you can meet up with like a crazy person, just like a psycho, just like thinking that they're a normal person and just get attached, and then all of a sudden they like murder you in your like. It's scary right now.
That is crazy. Dude.
So what does a catfish do? Like, what's their end game? They're trying to like stick you up.
I don't know.
It's different for different
it's
people.
probably
Get money?
Yeah, is that what it is?
Yeah.
it's had to work
Maybe.
for somebody.
It definitely works. They got a TV show based off.
What I'm saying is for the catfish.
The football player?
The catfish usually if they're truly catfish, they usually do all their stuff online. They never want to like FaceTime or anything. They'll talk on the phone, but they never want to meet up. But then when they meet up, like, you're a 30-year-old man. What's going on? You know?
So they just like getting off to being like anonymous and playing.
I think they like the anonymous of it, and then once they see it's too deep, they feel too bad to cut it off and let the person know. So like, I already got this person invested in me.
I think it stems from emotional insecurity and like relational hardships, and they're like wanting to reach out to other people and feel like secure in themselves.
Yeah, it's safe.
Yeah,
because it's digital and there's a big area.
And they don't have to show their true self.
Exactly,
They can hide behind
Well, I
facade.
get that, but like, what about the people who like the 30-year-old guys who act as women? Like, why are you doing that?
Like, I don't know why they do that.
Again, maybe gender identity issues.
I don't know if that's the most common catfish.
It's not, but I've seen it happen before. Like, I'm like,
it's
and then when I saw it on Catfish the show, the dude showed up. He was like, "You gay, dog?" He's like, "No, I'm not gay. I just
like the
We just had a good conversation.
Yeah, I was like, what the freak?
But at the same time, there's girls out there like, I just want some free food. I know somebody will buy me some free food. They'll go out.
I don't blame
like, there was like,
You'll buy food for someone you've never met?
bro, if you're going on a first date,
if
like
it's
first
first
date
date,
or something like that,
you gotta
go
go.
do that, and then they'll just get the food. They won't call them back or
So if
something
you
like
guys meet up with a girl that you thought looked like something, but she looks totally different, you're staying for that date?
Yeah, I'm a stay, but I'm a.
Why are you looking at
Trey,
me?
do you stay for that date?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna like it. I'm not gonna call them back.
I
or
think
something
Trey
like
went on a date with a catfish one time.
I did. We did that last podcast.
Okay.
But yeah, it wasn't good. But the thing is, it's just the enjoyment of the food gets lowered.
Yeah,
like,
I'm gonna be
just
mad
like,
the whole time. Like, I'm not gonna be one of the person where when I see her, I drive off and be like, "This freak it." But I'm gonna just be mad. She's like, "How your day going? How you think my day's going?"
It's like when I'm in that
Live
situation, it makes it worse when the waiter comes up. So is this together or something? You're looking at me and saying that no. Equality.
I would like to have the balls to be able to be like, I can tell the waiter, nah, we separate. Cause like if I get tricked like that,
Yeah.
I think it should be.
Then you're tricking them back.
Yeah, I'm about to say you pay for your own food if you gonna trick
You
me
pay
like
for
that.
me. This is
Yeah.
torture.
Oh, you slide the ticket her way, be like, you
kidnapped me.
got this, right?
Exactly.
All right, so what do you think about the theory that it's not about the looks, it's about the personality?
I mean, you've got to be attracted to them somewhat to even be able to absorb their personality. Because if you're totally, you know,
If it goes to like a 7 to a 2, like
if you're
there's not much
totally
personality you
not
can
digging
put
them
on
at
top of
all,
that.
then you're gonna be
Yeah.
like focused on how
That personality is going to
tragic
show up
they look.
eventually.
Wait,
feel
wait,
like catfish work.
how low of a number do you think is acceptable? Like would you do a 5 with great personality, a 4? Like, I just want to see her because I know mine is like a 6, 7, or yeah, I'm sticking with 7. 7's a good enough number.
7?
I mean-
There's no lower than that?
I mean, I think
I would
you have
entertain
to
a 6.
rate yourself, and then 2 points below that is as far as
Okay.
you should go. Because otherwise, I think you can do better. Because there are
So you're saying you're a
billions of
9?
people.
No, I don't.
That's what you just said.
She said that based off of how she
read.
read.
Right.
I think
based
I'm
off
average.
my
I'm like a 6, bro.
So you're dating up.
Yeah, I always date up, bro.
I feel like
Always.
guys tend to date up.
You try to date up.
Date up.
And I feel like
And looks or
women...
personality?
Looks.
Huh?
Definitely.
And looks or personality?
Looks.
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
I feel like girls tend to date down because guys have
Absolutely.
good personality. Like,
We do what
What?
we do what we want, they do what they can.
I don't know, but
I
like
don't know.
if whenever you see like a super attractive guy, they always get all the super attractive girls too. So like, I think it's just like a matter of what's the average looks or like what's the average number of attractiveness.
But think about it, like if you, I think based on her theory, if you're just a man with money, like a basketball player, not all basketball players are super attractive.
right.
Absolutely.
But they got
Real
right.
talk.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of ugly people with money.
Like, I mean,
Well,
that's
like
just how
if
the
you got a
game
good
goes.
personality, then you know, some points can be compensated for.
I'd rather have money, be ugly, and with no personality. If I have money.
What?
Whoa,
Why would you not
no
want a
personality?
If you could choose
Well,
2
like-
out of 3. Money, personality, looks.
Oh, well, personality, of course.
Wait, how
Personality
bad
what?
are the looks? Though?
Yeah.
Money can change your looks.
Not
Yes,
not
yes.
not that
like
much.
that.
Yes.
Kylie Jenner.
What?
She used to be ugly?
Yes.
Really?
She was tragic, but
But
I,
Hold
feel
on.
like-
I still
feel
think
like
she got like a bad look now because I'm like, not that she's
No,
not attractive.
hold on.
But
That's literally
I feel
going
like-
down the timeline right now.
So when did she start getting plastic surgery? How old was she?
Like
17.
17.
I think 16.
Is that legal?
Yeah.
Is that legal?
If your parents sign off for it.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
weird.
yeah.
That is weird.
I
You,
feel like
like-
plastic surgery can do more for girls
When
than
you
it can
see
for
how
men
different
now.
she is,
Look,
it bothers you.
this is
That's like
Like-
at 16.
that's crazy.
It's even different. It's
I didn't know she was
hours.
getting tans till this
It's
year.
even,
Like I,
it's
like,
Bro,
even
they
more
like
different. Look, click on
shaved
this
off
one.
her.
Look,
jaw.
I mean, look at that. Look
yeah,
at her lips.
she has jaw,
Okay,
chin,
so
lips.
I feel like if this is the
Yeah.
image
Bro,
that
look
I
at
made.
this.
Bruh,
Oh my God!
that is crazy.
Yeah, she's kind of bad.
Bro. So looks,
I mean,
money
that
can
does come with
change
age,
looks.
though, too.
No.
Not that.
No, not that. Not that.
I mean, that's probably when she was like, what, 13 and 17? 4 years can make a
Bruh,
difference.
5 years ain't doing that to me.
No,
Ain't doing that to nobody.
Look,
so that's what I'm
it can change
Well,
for women a
my
little
mind
bit, but
blown. I did not know that she went under the knife. She had like her jaw restructured.
Yeah,
They
every-
Got
got-
her jaw shaved.
got her jaw shaved, got her
Yeah.
nose done.
She's
Yeah.
gonna be so
Lips.
weird when she gets older.
But like, think about it. Like, think about where your mind has to be to say, I don't like any of this. I'm gonna like change all of it. Like,
You gotta have some pretty low self-esteem, I feel
well,
like.
and to think that you could just
course.
solve all your problems by just having
Right.
surgery. It's like,
That's why I don't think we
it's
should
a
be.
weird precedent to set when you're 16.
Yeah, that's why I don't think we should be like uphailing the Kardashians as like, oh, they're great businesswomen. It's like, at what price though? Like,
what do you mean? What price? What price are they taking?
they're
They're
freaking.
good. They're well off.
I know they're
Yeah,
well
that's
off,
right.
but A, they're destroying other girls' self-esteem.
Are they?
Yes.
Well,
Isn't that like what's famous now? Because everyone's like, oh, I want the big butts and I want the nice big lips and.
But at that moment, it's like that 2 that you don't want can be a 9 and give her some years.
Well, just because they don't know that, well, now they do, but they didn't know that, like, all of these girls would want to look like them. They did that for themselves. They didn't mean to.
I guess it is.
They did.
But now
Yeah, it wasn't intentional.
But now they do
It
know.
wasn't intentional to make girls have these body image issues and like all of
That's
those
been going
were
on forever.
unintentional
Yeah,
con-
that has.
consequences.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's been going on
Because
forever, but it just
if not then,
amplified
it
through
was
social media.
like the grocery store magazines. That's what people used to, when I was
Right.
a kid. It's like,
And
oh,
now everyone has social media and is seeing that on a day-to-day basis. So obviously they're going to be comparing themselves to this unrealistic body ideal.
way hyper unrealistic. Like back then, it's like in like the 90s, and like everyone was skinny.
Right.
And that was somewhat attainable, but you can't get these like monstrous asses and fake lips
They-
like without
But
actually
they-
having
skinny
surgery.
waist and
They
then
like
Yeah.
classified their body shape as a new body type. It's called like the tooth body type, where like
So it's
everything's
not
like
hourglass
this.
anymore?
No, because it's like it goes like this, their hips, and then it comes in because their legs don't match their butt.
Yeah, that's the weird.
It's
Oh.
like it comes in. So you know, like if you have
You ever seen that thing of
hips, then it's
SpongeBob
gonna
with
go like
Squidward?
this.
Oh.
That's always like a perfect description
Yeah,
of
right,
them.
right.
big
But they
skin.
say in person they don't even look like what they look like in their picture. So like
I
in
believe it.
person,
Right? Did you know Kim
Photoshop.
Kardashian is 5'1"?
yes.
What?
Imagine
How
who-
crazy is that? And having that body type, like that's so
Yeah.
crazy.
She's gonna have bad knees one day.
Right?
man.
Yeah, yeah.
She's
Because
got- she
her
can
her
have
knees
seven
are literally
knees.
bending in, like her
Ew.
hips are all the way out here,
Yeah.
and
I
like
wonder
her,
if she can actually run. Like if she could actually take off.
Yeah,
start
in all
jogging.
honesty, that's a good question.
Like,
Wow.
I've never seen Kim Kardashian run. Now that I think about it,
one lap around the track
yeah.
for charity.
she actually is really fit.
she's
She
fit,
is.
but I've just never seen her run.
Right.
Now that I think about it.
Does she do
You can do
treadmill or
this.
does she do crunches?
Maybe her hips didn't get displaced. Maybe it's just like fat injections in.
Yeah, I think
Her
it's.
hips.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm kind of guess.
I don't know either.
Well, I asked the question about the personality because we were talking about catfish. I think catfish strive off the strength of their personality, and they think that'll carry them past their looks. But as long as they can get in with their personality, then once they find out, oh, you don't look like who I thought you looked like.
But it's like, oh, I'm having this conversation.
Because that's what we always tell people is like, personality is king. That's what we tell people, and I don't think we think that's the truth.
But are they even showing their real personality when they're catfishing somebody?
Fair.
Right,
they're probably piecing
they're lying.
They have more confidence than they would really
Yeah, I'm about to say,
have.
because that version of them is their confident self. And then when they get in person in their real skin, they're like, I'm not Betty 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't act
See,
like
I feel
her.
like it's way more manipulative. Not that
It's so
That's what I was
manipulative.
gonna say too. I think their
like they're going to tell the
personality-
person what they want to hear, not
Right.
necessarily show
Right.
their personality.
their true personality.
And they probably make up the stories like, yo, I went on this crazy adventure. Like, you don't have to be honest about anything. Like,
Right, of course.
yeah.
Well, let's introduce our guests to the people a little bit better, because I feel like we didn't do that in the beginning. We were supposed to do that. This is my homeboy Jack. Of course, like we said earlier, we both stand-up comics. That's how I met him.
Facts.
You want to talk a little bit about how you got started?
Yeah, so I've been doing it about 2 years. I used to play professional baseball for a while, and then I took a job basically where I was like writing about wrestling every single day. I used to have a wrestling podcast, and for some reason I actually took that seriously,
John was on the cast.
even though I hated it. But I ended up quitting that job, and around that same time I think I'd always wanted to do comedy, but like you can't do professional baseball and then try to do comedy too. Like you just don't have room for that.
Yeah.
So, and like I think a lot of comics are like, I don't even know when you first start, like I don't even know if this is possible. Like you don't know a comic, you don't know a club, you're always an outsider. So it's like
exactly.
you may think about, oh man, I like stand up and I love this guy or that guy, and like these people I've grown up watching, but you don't actually know how you can start. So it's almost like there's a veil over you, but you just kind of walk in. But I remember one year, I don't even do New Year's resolutions because I think they're ridiculous. But
They are.
But one year I was like, no, this is I'm gonna do stand up this year. I don't really know why. I just feel drawn to it. I mean, all the people I look up to were comics for some reason, and I feel like I could do it. Like I feel like I had like some of the skill set because I always been writing. And I feel like I've always like been comfortable being the funny one, not like a class clown, but like I've never been afraid to like crack a joke. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like it was something I could potentially be all right at, if not just enjoy, because there is something like when you leave baseball, something that you had put so much of your life into, part of your identity, whether you want to admit it or not, it's going to be tied to that. So whenever I was done, I was like, well, I want to pursue something, and I didn't really know what that was. But when I started comedy, I was like, this is it.
Yeah, I was about to ask, like, is this, like, you found it, this is what you were looking for when you left baseball?
Absolutely. And not that I was, like, desperate to find something, but I just wanted to pursue something that was going to take years, and like a craft, something that you could try to master. Even, I mean, that sounds, to even think mastery after the level one. But just something that you could do, because and that was one thing with baseball, is like there was always the clock. Like I'm getting older, and like the league was getting younger and younger. But with comedy, it's like there's no pressures. Like you can just keep doing it.
Exactly.
You know, you can just keep doing it. Plus, it's so much fun. It's so, because it's like, I know Jaylen will probably speak to this, but like it kind of is the only place I feel appropriate.
Yep.
Not that I'm trying to like bust off like horrible jokes and be insensitive on purpose or anything like that. I just feel like in a normal conversation with people who don't do comedy, they have boundaries where it's like not necessarily. We don't, but we don't mean anything by it either. Like we're not.
I think we let each other be free to speak, and then if it needs correction, and
it's almost like it's an idea space.
Yeah,
it's like
there's no action
almost.
Yes,
like you can literally say all your thoughts and everything. Someone maybe can correct you, like you said, or something like that, but it's not like it's not any ill intent.
Yeah.
And there's
even when people correct you, it's like, but keep it up.
Yeah, they're not gonna want to like fight you in there. It's like you know what you're coming for. And,
for sure,
whatever.
For sure.
I would say like recently, because we always talk about this, is that we ourselves are limiting ourselves before we go on stage, because we're already in our minds like people aren't gonna like this. Let me not talk about either this thing, or not get my real opinion out to where now I'm starting to at least notice that the more honest and natural I come with whatever topic, people may not like it, but at the end of the day, I'm putting too much into trying to please other people, and it made me feel
no doubt. Because when you first start, dude, you were so needy. Like you need some gratification.
Yeah.
Like just please like me. It really is desperate like that.
Yeah.
Because I mean it's such a vulnerable place up there. Like because baseball was one thing. Like there are people in the stands, but you're not up there alone.
Yeah, you got
talking.
your teammates.
Like you're not revealing anything.
It's not all eyes on you.
Yeah. So I remember the first couple months I was just a wreck. I feel like almost every time before I took the stage because it's just tough.
100%.
It's just tough, and you have no idea what you're doing, and it moves so fast.
And then the space in which it's in, like, this isn't me on comics, but a lot of comics are kind of like introverted people. So when you first go into it, you're gonna think everybody don't like you because people just in the back corner not trying to talk to you. So like my first time, I remember
Icy.
It's icy. Icy.
Like you're saying between other comics or
Well,
between the audience?
So the turnover rate is incredibly high. So like within each local scene, there's 15 comics. 10 or so have been around for years, and they know that there's a lot of dudes and girls who come in, they try comedy one time, they're weird, and then they disappear forever.
Right.
So like it's usually like people that are like middle-aged, like 40, 50, and they're like trying to find something.
Or either the 21-year-old for their birthday, they're super drunk.
Yeah. So people who just aren't serious, who come in and they flame out, or they come in, they ask tons of questions, and they're in your business. They want all these remarks, and they want your support, and then they're gone after a week.
Like I remember the first time Jaylen's first performance, I went there, and it was literally like 30 seconds. I wanted to say, I don't know if this was for you, but I'm kidding. But like the next time I went, I mean, he was killing.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I mean, nervous. I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing. Like when I first like performed the song, I was like, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Like, it's just like
it's so much about confidence. Like because no one, if they can smell it on you, and if you can't go up there and handle yourself and deliver from like a steady position, they're not gonna trust you. Because if you're like, hey guys, I got some jokes for you tonight, they're not gonna listen.
But some people, I've seen comics pull that. I guess it's more of a act, but they pull that off well, of the like timid, like I'm just gonna go tell them.
But I feel like everybody knows it's an act.
Yeah.
Like because they present themselves so well during that performance.
Yeah.
You could use that to your advantage if you are that type.
You have to figure out who you are and what your strengths are, and like where you have like high peaks of personality, and you have to lean into it. It's
How far away do you think your on-stage personality is different from your day-to-day personality?
Me personally, like let's say I'm at 100% most of the time. On stage, I'm almost at 80. Like I'm almost at where I want to be in terms of like I'll act on stage, how I'll act with y'all. But I say some outlandish.
Yeah, I feel like you're just more animated. You say like, if you're out in public, it's like, man, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say it on stage. Like,
everything's a little more appropriate on stage for some reason, which is crazy that you can get on stage with a
the
microphone.
The audience is different.
Yeah, the expectations are different.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I'm trying to get them closer and closer together.
Right.
Like even if it's just 1% a week, because that like what I'm learning is that the more honest you are, the better it is, because the people sitting down, they'll kind of know like, oh, this person's being real, even if it's a joke. Most jokes usually come from some like place of truth.
Right.
So
exactly.
But at the same time, like we talk about it, there's a lot of comics who go up there and immediately start talking about their family and their backgrounds. Like, dude, like we're not invested in you like that. Like,
I want to hear something funny.
Yeah, tell me some jokes first before I start hearing about your trauma.
I always think it's something you can earn, because even in music, like I remember I was telling you that J. Cole, when he said he was first starting, he had to put out the stuff to let people know that he was good. And it was kind of the pop kind of music stuff on the radio that you could hear playing. But then once he got on the radio, he got popping. he then could talk about himself and what's going on in his life. Like that's just a natural thing. You're gonna have to earn the right for me to want to hear your story.
We have to care about you before you start to talk.
Yeah,
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So I feel like a lot of older like comics that we all know, when you talk about like Dave Chappelle or like who's ever like really doing it, the public trusts them and they look to them for their perspective, and they're already invested enough to hear their history, but everyone else is just trying to prove they're funny first. It's like a privilege, I think.
Do you want to talk about what happened last night with us when we had that comedy show?
Yeah. So how many shows have you been to of his, or just comedy shows in general?
I've been to
not any comedy show ever.
I've been to a few drag shows that are comedy driven.
Okay, are they out there like doing material?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I did three shows of him and then the Atlanta show.
And Desi.
Yeah.
Okay, so comedy shows are like naturally hit and miss.
Yeah.
For so many reasons. Like the environment is never the same. Like there's either the number of people, their mood, the lighting, like there's so many things. And last night it was like a really talkative like restaurant.
Yeah.
There is a bar there, but this is more of a restaurant, and that's just that's
man.
And so, like,
good.
imagine trying to go up, and while you're telling your jokes, you could hear someone talking, and then when you would try to get louder on the microphone, they would then talk louder. So it was kind of one of those. Like, you're not gonna win this contest, but they would still try. They would try for some
Pretty
reason.
soon you're screaming.
Because a lot of people, it's a restaurant, so they don't even know that comedy's happening. They're like, oh, I'm just gonna go out to dinner tonight, and like, oh, there's comedy. Like, oh, good for the clowns on stage, but we're gonna continue to talk.
Yeah, it's kind of
that
like
can be
demeaning in a
annoying.
sense. They're like, oh, good job, you were trying to accomplish your dreams. But anyway, my daughter, she was
Yeah,
trying to.
yeah. It's 100% that.
Yeah.
And so
Is there an audience set up for y'all at all, or is it mostly just seats?
Whoever comes into the
Table
restaurant.
and seat?
yeah.
Whoever comes into the restaurant. That was how it worked last night. Once we get like a little bit better and our name get a little bit more popping, we'll probably have people who want to see us. But right now we gotta take what we can get.
Yeah, we'll take anything we can get. We can't turn out any gig because my wife was there, and I try to only ask her to come to good shows.
Yeah.
Because this is my pain. This is my struggle. She
You don't want her to laugh by herself.
she didn't have to be involved in the grind and the
Right,
bad days.
right.
You know what I'm saying? She does not have to be a part of that. So I felt bad because I was like, this is gonna be a rough show because I had to do 15 minutes. I was like, it's gonna be bad. Like
We did get like a bad, like, so before we left, somebody
You got
called.
a bag?
No, like
Oh.
a bad experience. Because before we left, somebody called us and was like, yo, the place packed out tonight, bro. We got y'all. So he
and
was
our
like,
hearts were like, oh.
yeah, we was like, oh,
People.
we about to do well tonight. Man, we get there, it was like 8 people.
Oh, why did they do that to you?
I know.
That's dirty.
I know.
That's dirty.
That's how people get you in the parties. It's crazy. It's
Real
wild.
talk.
How come I don't hear anybody?
What's the
Nah,
crazy
it's
part
crazy.
is the dude who called us and told us that it was packed is blind. So I don't even know why we took his
Oh.
advice.
What?
He had a source. He had a phone call. He talked to
Oh,
somebody.
okay. My bad.
What?
You let a blind guy tell you that it's lit? It's lit.
We figured he would know.
He would be able to hear foot traffic and stuff too. He would know.
He knows his surroundings.
But it was bad because
Dog.
I was looking at my wife. I was like, you don't have to be here for this. I was like, you can
He
go
was
home.
panicking. He was trying to
I
get her
was
to
like,
leave.
I could smell my own fear. Just because it's not that I like did want to go up there and perform.
Has she come to multiple of your shows? Or
Yeah,
was that-
she's seen me. I just knew that it was gonna be rough, and I was gonna have to probably do crowd work because everyone was talking, so I needed to get them reined in. And I'm not very good at crowd work because I'm either gonna be awkward or like too mean. Like I don't know.
So you were
That's
more
me all the
fearful
time.
because it was a more intimate audience?
No, intimate. It's that they were rowdy and not
Yeah.
so clearly not there for comedy. They didn't give a shit that we were there.
And there were only 8 people.
It was probably more like 15, but then like 25, 30 with the people in the back.
Yeah, and then they left at, like whenever at different.
So
points.
it was just like it's gonna be. It was like pulling. I knew that it was gonna be like pulling teeth. Like you were gonna have to really engage them, eye contact, and be like, "Hey, kids!" So like, and so it just was gonna be
Keep your attention over here.
This was gonna be like a rough game. You just knew that the conditions weren't ideal, and I had to do 15 minutes. And in my head, I was like, "I'm doing 10. I'm getting the out of here. But I ended up doing 18. I was like, all right, I took that on the chin like a man. Like I feel good.
Because the worst is like when you don't get laughter. I would rather them not laugh at me than them talk the whole time. I get angry.
It sounds to me like the people were like, if I go in and I see like a country band playing, I'm like, God, what are they playing?
I'm leaving if I'm
That's
like that. Dang. Yeah, but nah, if it was a comedy, I'd be like, oh, you're doing comedy.
But some people think that we're basically just an acoustic. You know, at some restaurants, there's some dude with an acoustic guitar playing with a tip jar. Just for some background, and people think that that's what we are.
Oh,
you're just talking for background noise.
And then we can't go in on them too much because we don't like have the
PG.
Yep,
they try to. It's a family pizza restaurant.
It was a family pizza restaurant, but I went full in because I was like, oh, if y'all gonna talk, I'm gonna say whatever.
It's like, you show disrespect now.
Yeah. But like the venue will never have our back in those situations if it's
you gotta tread light
first.
You gotta tread light.
So like if I were to go in on the people in the audience,
you're not coming back.
I'm not gonna be invited back.
How would you go in? Give us an example. How would you go in on an audience? Be like, you shut the.
Some people just do it like that.
Yeah, some people just do it like that. I don't know how I would personally do it. I would probably just like be sarcastic and be like, hey, what are we talking about over here? And then be like, talking about your mother, bro. And I'll be like, oh, okay. And then I'll just be nervous and go right back into my jokes.
I wasn't expecting that. Right? That was a good one.
Sorry for disturbing you.
Sure, you don't want to be up here, my guy?
You're talking about my mom. Do y'all find that the jokes, when they do laugh, when they hit, it's always the same jokes that hit the most, or do like certain jokes work differently on different days?
I think you know your best jokes because you have a feel for it because of the laughter. So I know which jokes in my sets are better than others.
Have you ever had like a roller coaster where like, man, I'm killing. You say one joke and it bombs and you're just down.
That happened Thursday, bro. I started talking about this joke about the twins from high school, and they were dying laughing, bro. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna throw in this joke about how I got a rug burn on my knee earlier in the week. They was thinking the same thing, and they were like, what the fuck are you talking about your knee? We don't care.
Dang.
And I said, you know what? Let me pull out my best joke to bring them back.
Yeah, because you want to leave them at least on a high note. So I learned that if you're gonna have one that you're not so sure about, you need to sandwich it between two jokes. Okay. That same me on Thursday. Let off with a good one, a stinker in the middle that really bombed, and then I'll finish with something strong.
What
stinker?
Yeah.
Do you have any kind of worst bombs? Like, do you have any memory in your head that stuck out? So this is the worst I've ever done. I know one for you. It was at the one at somewhere where you literally. He was like, I'm contemplating being a comedy. He was kidding.
Dang, he quit off one bad joke.
It's a venue that'll really make you think, man, like I'm so far away from anything that resembles success. So far away.
We had a comic from California who's doing good out in California come there to do a spot, and even he was like,
oh, he was up. Like after the show, he's like, I gotta get out of here.
He left the state immediately after the show. He didn't even want to stay in South Carolina.
Oh man, there was some deep fear in his eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, early on, I remember really bombing because it's like when you bomb at the beginning, you don't really understand why. Because you're not even writing jokes. You're just up there talking. You don't know what you're doing. So it's better if you have a joke and it doesn't work. Like, okay, I can go back and try to fix it. But when you're bombing early, like I don't know what to do. Like I don't know how to stop this bleeding here.
Exactly.
Advice for new comedians that's watching this: do not go out and buy books or any kind of literature about comedy, because me and him were talking about this earlier. I followed this book called Comedy Bible because this one comic told me to go read it, and it had all these rules that you're not supposed to do. Don't fucking listen to it. Ask the comics in whatever scene you are that been there for 10 plus years. They'll tell you better than some book with rules, because now I'm trying to force those rules out of my head now, and it's...
You got contaminated.
I got contaminated, and I'm almost got it out of there, so don't read books, talk to comics.
I was gonna ask, you said that you try to finish with your funniest joke. Typically when I'm watching a set, the last joke isn't what hits the hardest, it's one in the middle. Like when you're watching the Kevin Hart set, it's like when he's in the classroom and he goes in on his teacher.
Yeah.
That was like in the middle of his set. And then what he ended with, I don't remember.
No, it was really good. It was like probably 3 times longer than his average jokes he does.
Yeah. Well, so it's not necessarily you end on your best joke. You usually end on a joke, a good joke, and send them home on a laugh. So, but if that's something that now that I'm getting longer sets, Jaylen is too, like how you piece that together. Like, okay, so you got your jokes. How do you order this around?
Yeah.
And like right now, I start with one of my best jokes because
it's very important.
I just feel that like people are automatically like waiting to tune me out. So I feel like I got to snag them immediately. And then in the middle, you also need something pretty nice too, because it's almost like, okay, you've gotten them this far, so you need to get them over the hump and then downhill towards the end, I guess, like, and then finish with a strong joke. But that's just one of the, like, when people talk about comedy taking 20 years, it's not like necessarily 20 years to learn to be funny, but like how to actually, there's a lot of psychology involved that I don't think anyone really, I didn't really anticipate. So you just go up there and be funny, but you have to really, because you're kind of telling a story up there. So even if you're a non-linear comic, there's still an arc that you're gonna like adhere to.
So how often do you like stick, like, or how long do you stick with a joke to kind of fill it out? Like, you know it's a good joke, but it may not hit at first, and then you gradually learn the timing of the joke. How long do you stick with it before you start to write another joke?
So I feel like that I have a bunch of jokes like backlogged that I'm constantly going back and like tinkering with, and I'll just take out new one, or it's like almost like I'm pulling them out of the shed and working on them that week at the open mics, and that way, especially if I have like shows going up, so I'm basically going to give them extra polish on stage. But in terms of like you're asking like a joke that I believe in, but it's not working, when do I quit on it? Or
I'm really want to know, how often do you go to the lab to make new jokes?
Pretty often. I mean, it's hard to sit down and be like, okay, I've got my computer open, I'm gonna write new jokes. Like, it's not that clean. You get the ideas like piecemealed. Like we were talking about it last night. Like, it's on my phone. You scribble something down. Because the best jokes are just like tiny little snippets that you just need to. It's almost like 3 words, and in those 3 words, you know that's 5 minutes of jokes.
Right.
So would you say this? Because like I think the way I would try to do it is like, even in the initial first time I attempt a joke, if it doesn't get a laugh at all, I then think it's probably bad. Because like I should be able to get you to laugh at something in it, whether it be the premise or my act out in it, or either a tag I say at the end that I come up with. But if during 5 minutes you don't laugh once, I'm like, okay, maybe let's push this one off to the side.
Yeah,
they don't really.
Because when jokes bomb, it's not necessarily because they're unfunny. It's just that people don't understand them. Yeah. Like, you didn't extrapolate what you thought was funny and then package it neatly for them to understand it.
So I was saying, like, he's saying that he discards it immediately, kind of. Do you just tinker with it, work on the timing of the joke, or?
They're also different.
Yeah.
Like, so that joke I tried on Thursday, the Guess Who joke.
Yeah.
Like, I had been sitting on it for like a year. I was like, this is a good joke, but it's a little risky. So I'll just wait till I'm a better comic to try it. And then I pulled it out thinking, I was like, I think I can pull this off. Didn't get, not even a titter. Like, and other actors. She was there, she's like sad that it.
Oh yeah, Karen definitely has the Karen feel.
I'm laughing at you.
Yeah,
but because it's funny. It's funny, but I still kind of believe in it. But I'm in no rush. Like, because I think some comics are like, no, funny. Like, I'm not attached to it. Like, we can try it later.
Yeah. One thing that we've heard early, I heard from Joe Rogan. I don't know exactly who you heard it from, but like, don't be attached to any joke you write the first 5 years, because that's not going to be you when you're whatever kind of comic you're going to be. So
going off that, how many times do you recycle a joke until you kind of like have to let it go because it's been so exhausted?
Y'all gonna laugh at this joke.
Yeah, even if you've heard it before, you're gonna laugh.
Wait, the funny one or the unfunny one?
A funny joke.
A funny joke.
Oh, okay.
I would say that's why I'm not too keen on releasing out my stuff right now. I think you can use it for at least a year or two. Because I got a joke that I'm writing about coronavirus. That's probably gonna last this whole year, and then after that, I don't want to stick to it too much longer after a year.
It'll be
But
then gone.
what would you say?
I don't know. At some point, the joke, I've tossed away jokes because they don't feel as true. Like I kind of like grew out of them or something like that. I don't know if my perspective's changed or just like you become a different comic over time. But eventually they just, and also we're at such a low level of comedy that people aren't gonna be like, I heard that one before. Like, we don't have people following us around expecting new material. Like, and we don't have like, you know, a media network being like, so where's the new stuff? Like, so we don't have a whole lot of pressure to, but there is something about like, if you do the same set, like I remember once, like my first like 3 or 4 months, I was like trying new stuff all the time. And it was not, I was having really inconsistent results. So I was like, let me just do the same set for like 2 straight months and just see what happens. And by the end of 2 months, I had gotten like so much better at comedy because I stopped thinking about what was funny. I could just getting this set better and better and better, but also at the end I was like, I don't want to do these jokes anymore. And so if I'm feeling that after just 2 months of it being an open micer, I would imagine that like, I see why comics kill themselves, that's all I'm saying.
I mean, it's a common thing. That's cool though, that's amazing. Like I've talked to Jaylen a bunch of times about getting into comedy. I've always been into comedy. Like I used to study. I thought I wanted to be a comic, but kind of just fell out of it.
Still do it.
Yeah, I still might dabble in it. And I've started to write jokes.
Okay.
And then I won't finish it. That's just how my brain works.
I can see Michael doing that.
I don't know, but
Gotta get you up on there on stage.
Yeah,
I've been trying every time I talk.
You gotta.
he does for real. I got some other stuff that I'm thinking about.
Well, you should come out, man, because like I mean, it doesn't. Once you start doing it, like once you do it one time, you'll know if you want to keep doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because like if the fear is being worse than me, that's gonna happen anyway.
Because look, you're gonna suck. Like you're gonna suck.
I thought he was just talking about being scared. I didn't hear what he said. Yeah.
But yeah, no, you're gonna suck. You're gonna suck so bad. You're gonna be embarrassed. You're gonna be like, I can't believe I thought I was funny.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like, why did I ever start doing this?
Right.
But if there's any part of you that wants to keep going, then you're onto something.
Do you think there is any validity in this? I've always been of the mindset of if you were a class clown, I don't think you would make for a great comic. I would feel like you would probably make more for a
See, I was a class clown.
improv.
That's what made me think I was funny. But then when I started writing my jokes, is when I was like, maybe this isn't for me.
It translates different for some reason being a class clown and being a comedian on stage. I don't know, it's because you need to be a little bit more detailed, whereas a class clown, you can just say.
I can tell you class clown perspective. So if y'all are talking, I'm not talking. I got good comedic timing of, okay, I heard what he said, let me add this, da-da-da. That's funny. But me holding the conversation, that's
so
very different.
And leading it by yourself and doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
You pick your spots.
So you
Yeah,
bounce off.
I feed off of what other people say. Or the teacher says something, I fire back with something. It's not because I said the
like
joke.
you were
Oh, so
saying.
you're like that guy in the crowd that I was talking about, like when I'm like, hey, you need to shut up.
I fire back.
You shut up.
So that's why I don't
Your
think
mom.
I'm a good comedian or a stand-up.
I mean, I'm not saying you won't be a good.
I don't feel like that because there's like a hosting energy too that when he's talking about like controlling the conversation. I think a lot of comics are kind of standoffish and they pick their spots like that.
No.
I don't think that they're all like, hey guys, so
Yeah.
you know. I mean, there's certain comics like Jay Leno or like Conan O'Brien or Jimmy Fallon. Like I'm sure they're more like that, like gregarious amongst like their people.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I think we were good with like our like video skits and stuff like that. I mean, those it's just like us being ourselves. The ones we did before, like years ago, like it was before we actually kind of had stuff. We were doing them with our phones and stuff.
Right.
Like it's funny to us because we see how tragic we are, but if you see it, it's just like, man, y'all need help. Y'all need help.
I feel like
You have to know us to get our
exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like it
Our
might be
humor is
hard
so
for-
internal to our group.
I feel like it might be hard to get the same energy back from strangers than you would from your friends.
100%.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying, because like
huge
usually with
obstacle
class
to get
clowns,
over.
you have your friends of class clowns. And
Yeah.
everyone in
Yeah.
class know you, so we're all
Not
going to help
mention
you with this joke.
With the class clown, everything's an inside joke.
Yeah.
The whole crowd knows
Right.
the situation.
Right.
That's why that's why I was getting at it. It's like everyone heard the setup. Let me.
Okay.
And that's why I was saying that. Not that I don't think they couldn't. It's just that it's two different types of being funny. You're funny in the moment, and then there's
Versus
some
giving
people-
a cold read of a joke to
Exactly.
an audience who knows nothing about the situation you're trying to
two
describe.
totally different ways of talking
Sure.
to people.
I'm gonna do a quick plug. You mentioned that it's hard to grow your audience. Well, Clique Classic has like one of our goals is to grow other people's audiences and like kind of put people on and like we won't tell your jokes or whatever, but we tell people, hey, this is an up and coming artist. This is an up and coming. That's a part of what we want to do as a group. Just like we don't want to just come up ourselves.
Yeah, we want to bring
other people up.
everybody up. I want to have fishing lines, like bringing everybody up, because I mean it's just like the day and age now. It's like only a few people from a town or something like that can make it, and then you make it, you don't really come back, or you're starting to make it, you don't really lend a hand or something like that when that person helps you get that connection, do this and that, and it's like, you know,
we can all eat.
We can all eat, yeah.
There's enough for
Yeah,
everyone.
especially in the age of the internet, like it's so much easier to stay connected and to like start something from the grassroots. Really,
Yeah.
you know.
But with this topic about the baby, so we haven't seen the video. You haven't seen it, right?
I saw it this morning with my coffee.
He just put up an Instagram video and apologized for it.
I know, okay, but I do have the video right here. I still haven't seen it yet either.
Is there audio?
Is it?
What's the title of this video? Is this the good angle or is it? Oh no, this is an academics video, so he puts all the angles in it.
Yeah. So I think there is.
If there is audio, you might be able to hear the actual. It's bad.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
it's the baby. He's big as fuck.
Wait, let me make sure that the audio.
It's on, but I just don't think he has any.
Okay. Well, yeah. I'm not sure if there's audio in it, but here we go.
Where he at?
He's in.
Okay.
That's him in
That
the-
might be him right
in the-
there.
yeah.
Oh my gosh!
That
But-
terrible.
That was open hand, definitely. He didn't punch her because someone said he
That's
punched
still
her.
was bad,
bro.
I know it's bad, but I'm just saying.
So
Let me see why
he's
he
in
did
the
it.
red.
She's
Oh, okay, okay,
See, that's
okay,
disrespectful.
okay.
She put the
I
light
see.
in his eye like
Did you
that.
see what happened?
I can't really
Okay,
see.
watch. Watch
Lights.
the red right here.
No,
watch the light.
Oh.
That's a
Two
little.
people. Did one person put the light in his face and the
No,
other
it
one
was
put the
just
hand in his
one
face?
person.
No, it was just a one
So
person.
it was like this, and he put the light in his face like that.
Yeah. If I don't know you, cause think about it. If I don't know you and you just walk through a crowd, and somebody do that to you,
Golly, but that much force for that?
Bro, it's the
Right.
baby.
You
He's
could
strong.
just.
he's a rapper. He can't
Maybe
let
he-
no.
maybe-
He's known.
It would damage his image if he just let that person do that. Everyone in the
I can
rap.
barely see who he
It
is.
wouldn't damage his image,
No,
but
it wouldn't.
I think it's just a matter of respect. Like you, first off,
Yeah,
I'm
don't
not
do
gonna come and touch your face.
Yeah.
Especially if I don't know you. They don't know.
Yeah,
the
I
baby.
know exactly. Especially it had a light on. It was dark.
Yeah.
could've-
in your
yeah,
face.
yeah,
I feel like what happened was she was probably drunk and it was like, oh, there's the baby, and then just leaned too close.
He may not have known it was a girl.
Yeah, I don't think he would have knew it was a
Here's
girl.
his
Because he was
apology.
just walking like this with his hood on, so his eyes was probably down. And then he looked up with the light, and then it said reflex.
We can play the apology. Or-
Hold on, what's
or a little bit.
been the reaction so far?
I guess.
I feel like
It's
that's
pretty
pretty
big.
damaging.
It's pretty mixed.
I don't know.
For the baby?
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't think
I
the
mean-
baby's image.
Of the whole thing,
damaged.
what the video, what you saw?
I mean,
Let's see.
I think
Can't
he
control
had
somebody's reaction.
somewhat of a reason to use some force because that might have scared him or whatever, but he does have a bodyguard, you know, with him, and also I don't think that much force was necessary.
Yeah.
Online,
And you know the
To
baby's
anyone.
reputation.
online people are defending
Well,
him,
regardless.
saying like equal rights, having like if somebody they're saying equal rights. They warned us, or that's just a meme. He's saying like boom. but basically, they're right. He's saying he warned us. Boom. But like,
Where's the apology video?
Yeah,
I
that's
can
what
play the apology video. But they're supporting him.
Well, because
So I
it's
think
reasonable.
pretty
Like when you see the video,
Right.
like if I just heard the baby
Literally,
slap
she
a
was
woman,
running into
that
distraction.
sounds
Right.
different than what I saw.
Well, when you were describing it, I thought they were just like in a club or something,
Yeah.
like hanging out, and then he just wails on her.
All right, so here's a little bit of his.
From the hook.
I couldn't see you because you got the flash this close to me, which is okay, it's no problem. A lot of people did. They didn't put it as close as you put it, but a lot of people had flash on me, and that's okay. You know, that's what I signed up for. That's the risk I take when coming to, you know, put on the show for my fans. You know, it's dangerous. You know, blindsided, cool, fuck it, I'm with it. But out of all them fans, and how many people know how to zoom in? Just zoom in instead of popping me in my motherfucking eye with the phone. So I do apologize. There was a female on the other end, but man, I think by this time, you know, it's a well-known fact that like male or female, I would have responded the same exact way.
He said he won't never do it again.
Security and shit, but with me, like I'm a security. Treat fans with respect. I don't like all that rah-rah shit that come to do. Move, watch out, knocking people out of balance, man. If people pay to be here, you know, we gotta respect them when we move through. You know what I mean? I just wish you would have gave me the same respect in return. You did not give me the same respect.
Facts.
That's true.
Yeah.
I agree with
That's
her.
true.
I do like the fact that he said, I'm not gonna never do this again.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't
when
know
I
how
treat
that
y'all.
works out for his manager. I don't know if they would agree with that.
They would agree with it, but I could clearly see him saying something like that.
I can sympathize because they're always surrounded by a bunch of people they don't know, and everyone around them, the audience, feels
And
like
coronavirus.
everyone.
You're too close to me.
No, you touch me with your phone. What if it got virus on it?
Yeah, don't touch me.
No, but really, everyone around him feels like they know him personally because they invest in his music, so they're gonna feel like they have some kind of relationship with them when in reality they don't.
Yeah,
Too
no.
comfortable.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I would say. What's like basically all the famous people now, like people have no respect for them. They'll if they say no pictures, they're gonna get pictures anyway.
Yep.
They're gonna go up to you. Like, what is too far? Like even paparazzi just waiting outside their house. Oh, hey, what's up? Because I saw this one video of Kanye getting into his car. Kanye's like, go away. Do y'all have any lives? They're like, smile.
No.
They don't care.
That's their job. So
Yeah.
like there's like a balance for that.
But like outside their house, like in their driveway, just standing there, just waiting.
Right. It's like
Oh, he's out.
it's like once you put out some good music or some good content,
That's
then
why I don't
your
want to get that famous.
apparently your personal life is over. Like that's not how it
Part
should
of the
be.
price.
Yeah, it
Comes
is.
with it.
Yeah.
I mean, you get all this money, you get nice house, nice car.
So you're sacrificing
You get to
your
leave.
personal
You get to
space
leave
for
Earth
that.
basically. You don't live on the same planet as
No,
everyone
you
else.
don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't. You just.
I don't know how much of my privacy I'm willing to give up because I'm kind of
When
private.
do you snap? When do you snap? Just
When do I
like
snap?
just start swinging on every paparazzi.
It's
It's like
if they
Has
were
that
home-
ever happened?
Huh?
I don't know.
I've seen Justin Bieber like throw a
Yeah,
camera.
right.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
when does that happen where you always do it? If I see a paparazzi, look,
You can't do
the
it.
next paparazzi I see, I'm decking them.
I
All
wouldn't
of
probably
them.
deck them, but my first moment of snapping will be like if they mess with my wife and my kids because they
Right.
didn't sign up for it. I
Right.
did. So like,
That comes with it.
no.
Right. There was-
I know it doesn't, but they're gonna do it anyway.
Like there was this video of Miley Cyrus and the paparazzi like shoved her mom and she like popped off at the paparazzi and was like, I'm gonna beat your ass, like I'm gonna go in. And like also I think it comes down to just obviously the people who are taking the pictures and you know, getting to know those celebrities that need to have a little bit of respect for them because like we're all human. We're all gonna get frustrated if everyone's in our personal space and business all the time.
Right. I think it's great. Now because people, not enough bad things happen when you get out of line. Because
Right.
if you just get
Oh,
cross
yeah,
with somebody
you
on
gotta have
social
it,
media,
yeah.
nothing happens.
Yeah.
She's like, nothing's gonna happen to me.
Nah, it's when the internet's real. Like, no,
And-
you're real. You're not on the internet anymore. You can't just keep doing stuff.
Yeah, maybe this will shed light into some of the struggles that artists have to go through on a day-to-day basis, like invasion of privacy and everything.
Yeah, no,
that's
literally
no.
just
The baby's
reputation.
something different. I'm just saying, like in general.
But if the baby just keeps doing it, it doesn't spread to other artists.
He like
It
everybody
just
already
means,
know.
Oh, don't touch
No.
the
They
baby.
should know by now. I don't know why she did that.
They pick and choose, bro, because no one would ever try and come up to the baby house. They instead, I think, cause like I'm gonna try and be that kind of cover where like I'm gonna let it be known I carry guns in my house or something like that.
You start shooting shit through the roof.
If you have a bad reputation, they don't want to say, let's not go to Jaylen's house. He always pulls out the chopper when we come outside.
Yeah, you're like a new paparazzi in training. Let's go to Jaylen's house.
But here's the thing.
Don't go to
They're
his
gonna
house.
get that photo. They're gonna put it online. Jaylen Orr comes out with chopper.
Absolutely.
Not a picture
Breaking.
public.
No, I was just saying, I think like the paparazzi knows who to and who not to.
Yeah.
Because it's always Kim Kardashian, Miley
Yeah,
Cyrus.
some people probably love it, or
Kanye.
they're at least more comfortable with it.
It's
Yeah,
more
I mean,
so
like,
like,
They're probably more respected as well. Like, hey, this is my space. This is where you're gonna be. Like, you can take your pictures, do whatever you need to. Da, da, da. Like,
At the same time, though, when they know, of course, there's something wrong, but like once they blow up or something like that, they're gonna get more famous off of it.
I was just about to say, the people like it. So like the baby probably doesn't like when paparazzi come to him. So he doesn't give them anything. They come to him, what did you think of your last album? Like,
But he, no, the baby's
No.
just being real.
no, because the baby is like that. That's his image of like, if you disrespect me, I'm disrespecting you.
Yeah.
But also, he like on everything. He is one of the most respectful to his fans.
Yes, of course.
Like
Yeah, to
he's
his fans.
always been super uplifting and super like
Generous too, like
encouraging
always
and generous.
giving money to
Yeah.
his fans and
He's like
material.
anytime anybody wants a hug, like he's a nice guy, but once you cross
The line.
that line, he's like, okay, all is over.
Yeah.
So like that's like a balance that he's like trying to
Established.
But
that's
figure
with
out.
everything though. So like the reason why they're outside of Kanye's house is because he allows them to be outside of his house. You see
So
what I'm
if
saying?
he just brings a strap out,
He
then,
doesn't-
like,
I thought the Kardashians hide their own paparazzi.
They do hire their own paparazzi, but
So,
That's part of their industry.
hey
bro.
man, I'm gonna get mad out here, but just keep going on with it. You got it right? All right.
Okay, so just last month, stay on the baby, he got arrested for like beating up a club manager because he didn't pay him all his money. he beat him up and stole $600 out of his pocket. He was like, "You're not gonna pay me my $30,000. I'm taking whatever you got."
He with his kid.
Yeah, but I don't know if he was with his kid. I can't
No,
remember.
no, not that one, but another situation where somebody was trying to take a picture of his kid or something
Yeah.
like that. And
Wait. Well, I'm talking about where he was good with the paparazzi.
Oh,
So
okay.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
After he got released from jail, the paparazzi was like, "Hey, what happened?" Da-da. He's like, the same thing as
Oh,
he
yeah.
was. He was like, so this is what happened. The manager owes me money. I went in there. I did what I had to do. But like, you gotta respect me. Like that. There comes a time where if you owe me money, you gotta pay me that money. I will give you the same respect. Da-da-da. He was like talking to the paparazzi with like great like elegance.
Yeah.
Like he was good.
Yeah,
But in that situation where what Trey was talking about, the paparazzi was at his house and had a possibility of like getting his address. And so he was like, "Yo, this is my house. You can't be here." Like, and we just had Pop Smoke die, and reportedly, like, he accidentally leaked his address because it was on his carriage bags, and so people showed up at his house. Maybe like it's unclear if those were unrelated, but just think about it. Like, if you see someone's address, anyone can show up to your house. Like, you have to have some kind of boundary and respect for
But
that.
there is repercussions to going to your house.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't allow them to show up
Pop
at his
Smoke got
house.
killed. The
I think
repercussion was on him.
No, we're talking about paparazzi.
True. I'm just saying when he's saying like, you come to my house and possibly leak my address,
True.
Yeah, that's a threat.
that's scary. You
Yeah.
like
Right.
Once paparazzis get like concealed, then they can take a pictures of whoever. They look, we got a problem. I'm gonna stay here and take pictures. What the freak? That's funny.
Do you ever think you'll fight a paparazzi person? Like, I've never seen you get angry before. Like,
Me?
Yeah, like, do you think?
I mean,
I don't think I've ever seen Trey get.
I've never seen Trey
I don't
angry.
get mad. Like
I'll see
I don't-
check it out. I'm sorry.
at what?
I can't remember, but you've gotten upset before.
I don't think I've got like furious, like really mad at anything.
Like if I ever see you in the tabloid for fighting somebody, I'll be.
Yeah, then yeah, it had to be something like wild. I don't know. Have you ever got in a fight?
With my cousin.
Couple. I mean, there was a couple like in baseball.
Yeah,
but by
baseball.
By no means would I be like, yeah, man, I'm a fighter. Like, you better watch out for me. I would never ever say that because I'm not.
What do you think about people charging the
mountain?
The mountain.
It never happened to me. It got close.
What? Yeah. What position did you play?
Charging
I was
the
pitcher.
mound.
Yeah. So it's how like they fight in hockey and it's like kind of acceptable.
Yeah, baseball and
Baseball,
hockey.
they kind of let that happen a little bit.
Ah.
I mean, you get
Like for publicity or like
no. I
just
just
because
so baseball players for the most part they try to be really really boring. Like there's not a whole lot of big personalities like historically in baseball, but there is
on purpose.
Yeah, on purpose.
It's kind of like a culture.
It's a very,
Like,
very,
yeah.
kind of conservative. You keep your head down, like you're a businessman. Like you're just this is your work type thing.
Right.
And I mean,
It's like hockey players are known for being like. more
it's
rough.
it's pretty
comes with
blue
the-
collar. I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of like white Christian guys dominate the sport, like from the South.
Sure.
Okay.
And that's just kind of pervasive in the culture of baseball. Like people who aren't white Christian Southern guys, they kind of adopt it. Like the only people who play with flair, for the most part, are like Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, pretty much Latins, basically all minorities minus the Asians. The Asians are very they.
But that's their culture.
Yeah. So and there's a cultural clash. I'll answer your question in a second.
I'm the same way.
There's a cultural clash between the conservative white guy who's like you show up and you play baseball, you show respect, blah 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 blah, and then but with the Latins, baseball is way more celebrated, and the way they play the game is just it's a lot louder. But that's just how they are. They celebrate harder. They wear brighter cleats. They have handshake. Like their version of baseball is so much
It's
more
like
fun.
football.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Way more fun. Whereas with just your normal white guy, they're not gonna put that much on display. So there's a clash because when a Latin guy hits a home run off of a guy who's a little more conservative, or anyone really, he is going to put on a show, and it's like and sometimes those celebrations can be excessive, and that's where those fights start because they think that you've like showed them up. Like, okay, you're making me look bad. Like, yeah, good for you.
You already got the home run.
Good for you, but now you're making me look like an
Loading.
asshole. Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's where tensions really, that and like whenever people get hit, like
Yeah,
sometimes
that's what I thought.
sometimes you hit someone and it's on total accident, but the guy is like, you did that on purpose. And you're like, no, I didn't. And then the next inning, their pitcher hits one of your guys in retaliation.
You did that.
And then it's on,
Okay.
and then like the next person who gets hit, it's like, oh, well, we're fighting. Like it's like here we go. So yeah, it happens, especially if you hit someone in their lower half. No one, it's cool. It's like tip of the cap. Like even if you guys are trading hit batsmen, because it's almost like chess. Like okay, you took out my pawn, I'm taking out your pawn type thing. So if you hit them in upper body and up, because not only you're more likely to get injured, because if you get hit in your legs, it's meaty, like you'll be fine. If you hit in the wrist, something like that, you could be missing time. You get hit in the head, like it's just super dangerous. So and that sometimes people, man, they get super vindictive, and if a guy has been embarrassed, a pitcher, he will just throw at your head. I threw at that guy's head once, but it was and it was 100% on purpose. Yeah, it was on purpose, and it was because he had been doing too well against me. I had to take back
Some power.
Yeah, because he was like way too comfortable, like hitting off me. He's like, "Well, I know who this something." Like, here we go, come on. Like, I mean, he was so confident hitting off of me, and I wasn't really since I cheated basically because I was like, I can't get him out, so I need to scare him. And I was like, I told him, so he had really been eating my lunch for pretty much the whole season, and I was just tired of it.
Yeah.
And I told my catcher, I was like, if this guy takes a good swing off me, his first at bat, like his first time I face him, I was like, I'm gonna throw at him. And sure enough, his first day beat, he doubles off the wall. And he's a nice guy. He's never like, at you again, bro. It was 10 times this month. Like, he was a total gentleman about it. But I was like, I gotta stand up for myself here.
You gotta be a team player.
So I threw at him. I threw it at his head, and it like chased him all the way back to the dugout. He got out of the way, but he like ran back, he like backpedaled. And I was like, oh, perfect. And the next pitch, I just like literally threw one down the middle, like just here it is. I know you're uncomfortable, and I know he wants to swing because he's batting 1,000 off me. And he just hit like a tiny ground ball to short side routine. I was like, yes! I was like, it worked! It worked. I'm glad it hit.
So did he do that on purpose to let you like?
No. It just the psychology had. Yeah. It's like I am the captain now.
Yeah. You like when you're at bat, it's like, all right, is that ball coming at me? Or is in my pocket? I can hit it. Like it just makes you second guess everything.
Yeah, you got to dictate.
Is there any situation where a whole bench clearing is validated?
Validated? Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Like if it's between, if there's two guys fighting, because the game's not going to stop in that the hitter and pitcher fight to the death. Like once they get rolling, then it's your duty. You got to be out there.
Right. Yeah. Because then somebody's gonna pull them off. No, don't you pull off?
No one's really trying to fight. Maybe there's maybe 3 or 4 guys who are really trying to fight. Everyone else is trying to break it up until they get something happens to them. It can get nasty.
Oh yeah. All right. What's speaking of fights? Do y'all guys have any like legendary fight stories you've seen? Like, what's your favorite fight you've ever seen in your life?
I seen this one gay dude back in middle school. I mean, killed this girl.
I was not expecting that.
I guess but she wanted to fight. Like, it wasn't like, oh, he's a dude. Like, nah, they were like good, but he was like, and then just like got up and kind of walked off.
Y'all got it?
I was like, golly.
Come on, Mike, man.
Got him.
Just one.
Seems dark.
You're right.
Nah. I just.
He started it probably. That's why.
Oh, you mean for me? No. You're just saying in general.
In general, like what's the most memorable fight you've ever seen?
That was wild.
I have to seen it or I heard about it.
I wasn't gonna do mine, so it would be heard about. But go ahead.
I'm not gonna do any of the ones that I've seen. I'll do one that I heard about.
Ain't that bad? You can't talk about it.
I just don't. I don't want to go down that road because I just was in
You getting too deep about that.
Okay, is there a body somewhere?
My brother was drunk after an event while he was in college, and apparently the biggest guy on the football team, my brother was on the football team as well, and mind you, he's 6'4", 280, like big, but the biggest guy on the team was like mad, saying, "Hey, where my girl at? Where my girl at?" and my brother was drunk, and he's like the nicest guy ever, thinking, "Oh, I did your," like he was trying to be fun. Like, she with me. And he was like, "Who?" He's like, "Oh," everybody pointed at Joe. He said that, and so they came up to him. A dude came up to him, was like, "It was you?" He's like, "Nah, I was just playing." And then by chance, his girl was like in the vicinity. Like they weren't standing right beside each other, but like she was in the vicinity. And he was like, "What?" And so my brother realized he had to fight. So he like swung, but he missed. And then he said he just woke up. But that's actually tragic.
Next thing I knew, I woke up.
Oh my God.
He was waking up on the concrete, like
naked, bleeding.
Yeah, hilarious. That's hilarious.
Mine was similar to his. I have two. Mine was like the one I heard was about these two dudes were fighting at lunch one time, and I don't know what. It was fighting over some food. It was like, "Yeah, nigga, let me take your ham sandwich. You ain't gonna do nothing." He's like, oh, what? I ain't gonna do nothing. And so the dude thought he really wasn't gonna do nothing, so he started sitting down eating the dude's cheese sandwich in front of him. And they said someone came up to him, just went right behind his head and said, boom! And he said the dude kicked the table like this. And everybody left him there. And so the principal came in after lunch like, why is the student asleep?
Wait, he was there after lunch was over?
They left him there, like they didn't tell the teachers or nothing. They just left him on the table.
Oh no, dude was sleepy, so.
Wait, where did you go to high school?
I went to Estill High School, but this happened at like a neighboring high school, Allendale, and it was
That's wild.
tragic.
That's funny.
The other one I had was of this two dudes. This happened at my high school. So this dude named blank out that name. This dude named Bob he's like a kind of one of those kids who had a trouble past, so he was fighting every year. So like if you heard about a fight, he was more than likely in it. And so like I remember. Like, I try to play cool with him because I ain't trying to fight nigga like that. Because I'm like, well, it ain't that serious, bro. Like, you ain't got to fight every day. You don't have to be known as this guy.
Exactly.
You can be better than this. But he flipped on me. He was like, you trying to fight? And I was like, Corny, I'm trying to help you out. What are you talking about? But
That's what he does.
Apparently, he was bullying this one kid in our class. And it was like, got to the point where they had to fight because it was like, every day he would come in, you ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna do nothing.
So you saw a real life bully.
Yeah.
I've never met a bully in my life.
And it was
I've met a bully in my life.
what happened was they started fighting and the dude who got bullied knocked him out. And so he started celebrating. And so he laying on the ground sleeping.
Wait, the bully knocked him out?
No, the bully got knocked out.
Okay,
So he laying on the ground
out.
sleeping, and the kid took his pants and his shoes and left him in class. And I was like, you ain't had to do him like that, bro.
Wait, everybody else was in there?
Everybody else was in there.
And they watched him pull.
They watched him pull his pants and shoes off.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
That like if I'm the bully,
That is disrespectful.
like if I see you again,
But
bro,
you deserve that though.
I deserve to get knocked out with my clothes taken off for going like this,
Don't bully somebody.
but knocked out with my clothes taken off.
Yes.
Wow.
That taught him a lesson. Ever since then, whenever I saw those two interacting, the bully was always super nice and like, hey, what up, buddy? You hit kind of hard.
I'm not being nice to you.
I'm not gonna fight him again. though. If someone knocked me out, I'm not gonna try to fight you again.
Nah, you got lucky if you knocked me.
You ain't going for round two. What if it was lucky? Oh, you got a lucky hit. Let's go again.
I don't want to say it, lucky.
You seen one, Karen?
I don't think I've ever seen. I try to stay away from that.
Do you run from it? Like if you like when you was in high school and you heard about the fights, you wouldn't run towards it and try to
I was
see what's
never
going
even
on.
in the situation where I could. Like I was.
Could you hold your own?
Could I? Depends on who, I guess.
Just
I've never been in a fight.
Like some of your size.
I could freaking put him in a headlock.
Eh.
Freaking suplex.
So you never even seen a fight?
I don't think so.
Wow.
Maybe. Oh wait, actually,
Privilege.
downtown Clemson. Downtown Clemson. Yeah, I did see some fights. Actually, now that I think about it, I was like,
Yo,
I don't remember details about it, but
There was one time we was downtown Clemson. I think you were there with me. There was 3 fights in the bar one night, and it was the same people. Like they fought, boom, boom, boom. They got broke up.
They left
Then
you in
they
the bar?
fought again. No,
Yeah.
the same bar.
Yeah.
And then they got kicked out the 3rd time.
They're doing shots after each fight. Like,
What about again?
Look at you.
You got me the last time. I got you this time.
I do remember. So I was downtown Clemson Halloween night, and this, like, I was with one of my guy friends, and this dude comes up like out of nowhere and slaps my ass, and
Wait, were we there?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I remember.
This was before we were together, by the way.
oh yeah.
But I just happened to be there.
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, I don't remember. now.
I think we were there. Yeah, we were there. Yeah.
This dude comes up and slaps my ass, and the guy friend that I'm with was like, "Dude, what the heck?" And this dude freaking knocks my dude friend but breaks his jaw. His jaw breaks in half right here, and there's blood everywhere. And apparently that dude who slapped my ass had gotten into like 3 fights that night.
Yeah.
And
That's why I was like, I think
we're
talking about the same. Y'all just described the same.
Okay, it was something like that. That was the same dude. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, so y'all do the guy that got knocked?
No, so it was Kara's friend and the dude that was fighting everybody. I thought it was the same person, but apparently it was 3 different people.
No, it was the. Listen. I'm about to put it all together. All right. So mind you, me and Kara weren't together. We didn't even like really know each other. Right. Me and Trey were in our group elsewhere. All right. So the dude that slapped her and got into a fight with her friend was the guy that got into 3 fights. We were in the pizza place,
Pepinos?
Toast, Little Caesars.
No.
Tadaro's.
We were in Tadaro's, and he got into another fight, and then that was his 3rd fight of the night. Same dude, and he finally got arrested. And so,
well, apparently he like went into the
he went to
youth center or something and hid underneath a pool table, and the police were like, "We can see you," and like got arrested then. But
well, see, my thing was, if I was your guy friend, you're mine now. Like, if that was our first date or whatever.
No, okay, he had a bad day.
No, bro. I'm about to say, like, I don't want to get nothing from you. As soon as we see it, we getting it right off the bat. Like,
so
no, I'm just saying.
This is my girl now.
So I know, but
so basically, if so, how would you feel if Mike or somebody's disrespecting you? Michael's going up and he's fighting or something like that, but he loses. Michael's not losing, but what if he did?
if he did,
not only loses, but I get my jaw.
Yeah, like
broken.
what if he gets? I mean, he has to go to the hospital.
So I have to protect my girl. Not only did I not protect her, now I have hospital bills on top of that.
Like you can never
we don't
ever
have
say
to make
anything
up a
about
situation.
Michael.
You don't have to make up a
and
situation.
we don't date.
Just ask him, how did you feel in the moment about that guy? Like afterwards, did you think he was a like what?
No, because I honestly.
Yeah, but I haven't talked to him since.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen him around, so you can think of that honorable.
I honestly was like so impressed by it. Just like him standing up for me, like taking that hit. Like honestly,
I'm just saying, like now.
Low key, I wouldn't thought it was worth it.
I'm just saying, like now.
Once I wake up in the hospital with a broken jaw,
And no girl.
No, I'm just saying, like y'all are dating for a while now. Michael's fighting for you, and he gets rocked. Like you can't ever like say,
Yeah,
Michael, can you do this? No, I can't do that because I gotta pay these bills to get my freaking shoulder right, or something like that.
look, I'm not too keen on fighting in situations.
You're not gonna fight for your girl?
I'm gonna fight for my girl, but I'm gonna also be mad at her.
What if there's 2 guys? Are you still fighting?
What do you mean? But
why did you be
in
mad?
that situation?
No,
Why
not
would
in
you
that
be mad at
situation.
your
But
girl?
I'm just saying in situations where, like, in the future, if my girl starts to
Oh,
fight for her,
yeah.
I'm mad at my girl.
Nah, I can't have girls like that loud. Like my boyfriend will.
Oh,
No.
right.
No, I am not your chick.
and you're just like.
I don't even want to fight today.
especially if it's like a big ass freak dude, and like you signing me up for more than I can handle. If
You're
my
like,
girl's
nah,
like
dude,
that,
you
I'm gonna
good.
start starting random fights with girls for her. Like if I get a girl, like that.
Hey, my girl, all y'all, not just you, but y'all friends too. That's funny. Yeah, real talk. I mean, equality. They can fight. You can fight for me.
I'll throw hands for Michael. As long as it's, a little
What?
What?
girl or something.
What?
I'm not,
Nah, if
I'm
somebody
not-
tries to grab Michael, you better freaking.
if they're bigger than me, I'm like,
You can.
Hey, Michael, you can fight girl for me.
She said you got it yourself, big fella.
It's a girl or a guy?
It's a girl.
I
I'm
can't
not
grab
fighting a dude.
Wait.
If they're getting on
If you get yourself in a fight, I'm picking you up and we're getting out.
Wait, you didn't answer the question. If your girl get 2 guys that want to fight her, are you fighting?
I can take 2.
Remember when Michael
might not
said he
win.
could take 8 dudes?
No, he said 10.
10 dudes?
He said if all situations and there's no guns involved, he will fight 10 people seriously without
Got some
stopping.
Steven Seagal, Norris, like.
I didn't
What
say
situation
I
was
didn't
that
say
gonna
I
be?
would win though. Like y'all.
Yeah,
y'all
I'm not saying
I'm
you
saying
would.
I'm
Oh,
not
we
back.
know
Wait.
We know
So you're
this.
not running if you see 10 dudes coming
If
at
there's
you.
10 people trying to whip your ass, you probably deserve it.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm
also
saying?
true.
It's like,
I've been in a situation where I was outnumbered, where people were really mad at me and when
Oh, I remember.
When?
you weren't there.
Oh, right.
I heard about it though. So
When?
basically, the situation is somebody, they're downtown on the dance floor. People are trying to take a picture, like a group picture, and Michael's drunk, like dancing in the picture, and they're just like looking at him.
I wasn't doing it on purpose. Like I wasn't like purposely trying to ruin that picture.
Yeah,
they
he
just
was
happened
drunk.
to be
He
trying to
didn't
take a picture, and the people that they were trying to take a picture of were behind me, and I was just having a good time. So it made me look like a butthole. Like,
Yeah,
they wanted to fight you?
yeah.
Yes.
They wanted to
No,
fight.
like we
You
it was
got a
about to
picture,
go
man.
down. Like we had people holding like me back and them back. That's the only reason why it didn't happen.
But you were in the wrong. You shouldn't have fight.
Nah, he wasn't.
No,
really.
they wanted to fight me, so I've never started a fight.
Yeah.
So I told you what, if I'll always be the first one to hit. Like, I'm not getting hit first. So,
Wait.
I know it's going to be a fight.
Shouldn't you
Okay,
like try to de-escalate? Oh, my bad, bro. Like, chill.
I did
That's
that.
my tactic.
I said, at this point, I was emotional. So I was like, I wasn't even trying to do anything. Like, I was just mad.
I wasn't even trying to fight, but if you don't want to fight,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight.
No, I like the people that be like, look, I ain't about all that talking. I'm about that action. Like, as soon as you try to start something, they don't even want to argue or talk it out. They're like, let's just go. They're like, we'll figure it out after.
That's kind of how it was. And they were like all athletic. They look like some kind of sports team.
That's
So
Yeah,
wait,
that's
all right,
bad.
what would
Yeah.
you do? Are you like if two guys, like LB made two guys mad?
I'm just trying to think of what situation that would happen.
Okay.
Just
I was
like,
going to pick up at
we're at the grocery
scenario.
store and then
You got the last gallon of milk.
All right, how about
I just
this?
feel like
Let's-
now that I'm married, there's an element of safety to my
Well,
life.
let's say
that
this,
You
you
guys
tell-
just don't know.
You tell the joke on stage, and these two guys in the back are like, "Oh, get this guy off stage," and let's just say she just happens to be like, "Shut up."
He goes off stage. He leaves, right?
So hold on. Two people from the crowd get mad at me, and then they take LB hostage or something?
No, she
No,
she
your
stands
girl
up for
stands
you.
up for
Oh,
you.
she stands up for
Yeah,
me.
she's like,
But that
no.
makes them even angrier at you.
Yeah, they're like, "Shut up, slap you," and she's like, "Don't call me that."
I bet we need to leave right
Yeah,
now.
Oh,
no.
no. See, that.
It's just not worth it.
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
worth it, man.
I gotta defend the honor a little.
Nah, see.
No, that's
like,
that's an ego, bro.
You know, this place isn't even that good tonight. Let's just.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
That's so funny.
So if question for Jaylen Trey, if y'all are dating someone and her side guy shows up and says, "Oh no, she's mine," but like y'all are together, are you fighting him?
How?
I'm
Hold on,
saying
hold on.
bye.
How long have I been together?
A year.
A year.
I'll be like, you can have her.
Can I?
Yeah, because
a year?
automatically you know she's cheating. So
Yeah, I was about to say, if he's
that's
still
worthless.
around after a year.
It's easy to say in
Bro,
sitting at the
that's just
table.
easy.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, whatever.
Yeah, but I'm not.
Or at the moment, my mindset now, I probably could do that. But
Yeah, I'm about to say it's not as hard as you think. Like if I find, because me, I go immediately. Oh, she's been cheating, so I don't want her anyway.
But you wouldn't get mad and just
You're like, okay, like that's just it.
yeah, that's
drop
it,
it.
bro. Like I
what if it's in your house, in your bed?
Whoa.
Ain't nothing I can do about it. At that point, there's
So
nothing.
you're gonna leave
In
your
your
house?
bed?
You're gonna leave your house?
No, she can leave.
What if like? I mean, we're
We're
good.
still.
Yeah, we're
We're
good.
not done.
We're not good.
So if they trying to do that, then we probably gonna bother. Like you ain't gonna just be like, ah, nah, nigga, we just.
Man,
Gonna...
hold on, bro. Let me get 5 minutes.
Yeah, no. Like I see the video of this dude who walked in on his girl cheating on him in his house, and he told him to get out, and the dude was like, hold on, let me put on my pants. He's like, nah, nigga, you running outside, butt ass naked. I want you to be embarrassed. Get out or we fighting. I'll do that, but
You gonna fight somebody naked?
yeah, I don't care.
Hell yeah.
I wouldn't.
It's an advantage.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Watch out.
Shit. Should have freaked out.
Watch out.
That's funny.
What about you though? If you're like,
There's not a lot of situations that I will fight. But if like it comes down to it where I really truly have to, I will, but it'll take a lot for me to get to that point.
yeah, I'm gonna just be mad after. Like I'm not gonna fight a lot, but
Yeah.
if I have to fight, I'm gonna be mad at somebody, whoever
Yeah.
got me.
I don't think I'll ever need a fight ever in my life.
Ever.
I don't think I'll ever. I'm 24 years old. I've never been in a fight.
You'll never ever like even if
I'm
the
never
right
gonna put
situation-
myself in a situation where I was.
What's the
almost
situation?
Yeah, you can really control it. Like, just don't put yourself in those. I mean, if you're going out as a single guy at a bar, your chances of getting in a fight are astronomically higher than mine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, you
Tell you about
could.
the cat.
Oh yeah.
Scared me. I didn't know.
Yeah, he goes in. People want to fight. It's the wrong bar. Let's just
Yeah.
let's just go to that one.
I
Man.
would like music here.
But yeah.
Well, what about this? Because I've experienced this before. So, like, let's say you go into a bar. This isn't like over a girl or nothing, but like, let's say you just go into a place and someone's bullying you. So, like, would you?
I'm not getting bullied at 24.
What
do you mean bully? What's
Like you
bullying?
come into the bar, you just sitting out chilling at the bar, and then someone come up to you. Man, I don't like you here, bro.
They don't like me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Nah, that's it. I mean,
I'm saying
What
I'm
if they
sorry.
just start like?
okay, if you touch me, that's not bullying. That's like,
Assault.
yeah, that's another. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna get
I-
mad. I'm gonna stand up.
Well,
like,
what
what
am
you
I
doing?
buying myself is Trey with me? Because if Trey's with me, I'm just
He's pointing at you.
get him.
Oh, me to get it.
Get him.
Sick him, Trey.
Hey,
Look, the reason why I brought it up because we didn't get to bring this up last podcast because it happened the next day.
okay.
Remember when we went to Atlanta? And-
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like we went to do this comedy show in Atlanta that Trey already took pictures of and posted them. And we got there. I told Trey, I was like, I gotta be there by 7:30. We got there at 7:20. I remember looking at the clock.
Oh.
And I was like, all right, 7:20. I arrived 10 minutes early. I'm good. I walk in, it's 7:22, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm here to sign up for the open mic. And like, nope, you can't do it. I was like, what do you mean I can't do it? I'm here. They told me to be here 7:30. He's like, no, sign up ends at 7:20, so you missed it. And I was like, well, it's 7:22. Can I at least try? He's like, nah, I don't know about that, bro. You should just go home and give up. And I was like,
Oh.
Yeah,
Said that?
he was being,
Verbatim?
he was
Verbatim.
being disrespectful.
I'm like, what do you mean give up, bro? Like, let me at least talk to the manager before I go home. Because, like, are you the manager? Like, nah. I was like, all right, yeah, let me talk to the manager before I go home. He's like, the manager, man, he's super busy. This is like a established kind of comedy club. He's trying to run around, and he has when you ask him this one question. Nobody here is going to like you if you do that. And I was like, I don't know if like me. Let me talk to the man. And he's like, I don't know, bro. And so the manager walked past us and went into his room. And he was
He
like,
dapped him up or something.
yeah, he dapped him up while we were talking. He was like, nah, I don't think no one will like you, bro. And the manager walked away. He's like, by the way, that was the manager. And I was like,
You're not even letting me talk.
That's disrespectful.
He was
That's
disrespectful,
free.
freak. Yeah.
and so I ended the conversation with him immediately and just stood at the door by the manager. And as soon as the manager came out, I was like, yo, I was trying to sign up for this thing. They told me I'm late. Is that true? He was like, no, who the told you that?
Yeah.
And so I got on the list. And as soon as the dude heard that, he was like, sometimes things work out in life, man. You gotta just keep trying.
What?
You learned your lesson,
And
bro.
when
He was trying to be your barrier to stop you from doing comedy.
When he got on stage and did his 5 minutes, I was like,
Right, and then he didn't get no laughters either. That was the best part. Me and Trey I was fuming up until I got on stage, and I literally had an hour before I got on stage. I was steaming for a whole ass.
So this was another comedian or an employee?
Yeah.
a comedian.
It's a
Now,
comedian.
if in that situation, if he would have been like, man, like you better just get on out of here.
I would've got
something like that.
Yeah, I was already.
Then you might.
I was already getting mad when he
Yeah.
was like, "You need to give up. Nobody will like you." I was like,
If
"I
he
don't
like
fuck
touch,
you
like,
me."
all right, get out. Then we have problems.
Tell them what happened with you and the lady when you came back afterwards. Cause remember,
Oh yeah, like I came back and I was like, all right, so I'm here to get in for the show. She's like, okay, is it gonna be like, do you have a ticket? I'm like, no, I don't have a ticket. You just saw me. We were trying to get in because he was just there 5 minutes ago. And then she's like, okay, it's gonna be debit, and like we only take debit or cash. I was like, I have my debit card. I have my wallet right here in my hand. And she was like, okay. And I'm like, she was giving me attitude the whole time, and I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then I got it, and then I was just like, whatever.
we don't know what the freak happened because we came in amicable as. We
Yeah,
was
and they
chill,
was trying to
happy. I was
disrespect
smiling,
us.
and then literally first thing he said to me, "No, you can't sign up."
Yeah, and then she was giving me attitude like, you saw me 5 minutes ago. You know I don't have a ticket. I have my wallet right here with cash and a credit card. What's the problem?
A little bit of power, man. People get crazy.
It is what it is. Anything else we need to talk about? Mike?
I'm chilling.
What's everybody's plan for this upcoming week?
Don't get corona.
That's a solid plan.
That's a solid plan. Y'all getting masked? No?
Not getting masked.
No mask.
Are you getting a mask?
I'm thinking about getting a mask, real talk.
Why?
I mean, I know it doesn't help that much.
It doesn't help at all.
But the thing is, if people see me with the mask, they won't get near me, so it helps.
You're real concerned.
No, it is scary.
Okay.
But yeah, you know. But yeah. That's been another podcast by Clique Class. Your boy Trey Lee.
Jaylen on.
Jack Snodgrass.
Mike Stu.
I'm not doing the peace sign. Careful, yeah.
Alright, peace.